Hey, right, guys, we're back. We have
We're
another
back.
recap, quick video. We are going to give you guys a quick recap of the Pelicans and Bucks game. We're going to pass it over to Alex. He's going to give us a rough rundown of what Sir Zion Williamson did for us.
Before I start, just there, like, comment, subscribe. Really appreciate it, guys.
Definitely.
Especially subscribe. Go check out the other list. We have Zion ranked at number 6 in all power forwards, which is quite high. I had a guy like John Collins, Demontis Sabonis. Go check out that video right now. After you're done this, actually. But just to start it up here, yeah. So Zion had quite the game. Ended with 31-9. Let's be fair. Milwaukee did not have Giannis in. Is this happening with Giannis in? I'm not sure, but Zion was powerful. He was stronger than anyone that Milwaukee had in the paint. Put up a lot of shots, but he was following his own rebound. Hell, I even seen him put a putback dunk on his own missed shot in the second quarter. Like, Zion is, don't sleep on him. He's strong. He's going to come out and prove some people that, let's just say that our ranking him at number 6 might be even undervaluing him. And people were pretty pissed off that we had him ranked that high. I think that people just don't see the potential that he has. And he's got so much potential to be one of the best players in this league, to be right there, right with Giannis and Luka in the next decade.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a guy who I think you accidentally might have said 39, just slipped if you did, just to correct 29 and 9.
No, 31-9.
Oh, sorry, 31 and 9. Yeah, sorry. Just because the game had just ended. So yeah, so like I said, a guy who was super efficient, even though he obviously didn't have to really stretch the floor much. Most of his points came around the rim. But like as a Zion Williamson guy, that's what you have to do, right? Like his field goal percentage last year was one of the highest in the league. And if it's going to be there again, that's where most of his buckets are going to come around. Because like you said, he is just so powerful, and those putbacks, anything along those lines, are what's just going to help him so much, especially in the efficiency. But I mean, the Pelicans overall look great. They had a huge win over a good Bucks team. Obviously, didn't have their superstar playing,
Preseason.
but exactly, still look good overall. And the big thing that for Zion is that he's playing, right? He said it himself, where he's actually finishing games this year, and last year he wasn't
Over,
even able to do that. So
over
clearly,
30 minutes in preseason.
exactly, and that's something that we're going to definitely see continue into the regular season. He knows he's in way
Yep.
better shape. He's feeling good. I think the Zion that we're going to see this year is the Zion that everyone expected last year, and tonight's just another example of it.
I think he did very well last year. If you're really looking at him,
Oh,
he was hobbled by injury and he came in and only played 20 some games, but in those 20 some games, he was really a force on the court.
hmm
Um, the fact that people are underestimating him is kind of ridiculous considering how much hype he had before last year. And he played 20 games last year. Still got 24 points per game. Um, I personally think there's a lot of room for improvement. He wasn't that efficient tonight. He didn't even shoot 55% for a guy who shoots most of his shots in the restricted area. He can improve there. Luckily, he's strong enough to get his own rebound, which is why still be in good shape. His free throw shooting can be a little bit better as well. A little bit of lapse of coverage occasionally on defense, but those are things that'll come in with time. He might be in his second year, but the guy's essentially a rookie. Um, he's gonna light it up this year, and I'm expecting big things from that New Orleans team. With that being said, I think there's a couple other bright points for tonight, and one kind of disturbing point for tonight. Another bright point I seen outside of Zion, who did very, very well, was Eric Bledsoe, who he came in a game lined up against Drew Holiday. Clearly, Milwaukee valued Drew Holiday over Eric Bledsoe, and guess what? Bledsoe had a better game. So to me, that really goes to show that Bledsoe's going to have a great year this year. People are underestimating him, and he's going to be a major part of that success on that New Orleans team, which I'm expecting them to be very successful.
Yeah, I definitely feel like he definitely took the trade with a lot of fire, where Eric Bledsoe almost seemed like he was maybe lazy on the court towards the end of last year at certain points. It definitely didn't look like the case tonight, like you're saying. Had a lot of good highlights. If you guys go check it out, we unfortunately can't show it, but definitely overall, it was very skill-based game for the Pelicans. And even when you're saying again with Zion, took a lot of shots, but at the same time, he still shot over 50%. That's probably what we're going to see pretty much all year, where he does shoot about that 12 for 22, 14 for 25, went 7 for 11 from the line. So I think those numbers are going to be pretty steady throughout the year, to be honest. And even those numbers alone, as bad as we might think they are, they still get
He's
him.
still at 30 points.
Yeah, and not only that, they still get him, like I said, the top field goal percentage in the league, basically. So he's a guy who is extremely efficient in that regard still. Even when he's missing, it feels like a lot, it's still really not a lot.
It's more efficient than someone like Kobe would. It's just it's not as efficient as someone who shoots most of his shots in the paint should be. He can get that number up to 60%, but that's something that the season will take come through time. The one down point I seen at this game, nothing to do with Zion. Zion had a great game overall, fantastic game. He overpowered Bobby Portis. My one downfall is Brandon Ingram. Who the hell fouls out in 24 minutes in a preseason game? 24 minutes in a preseason game.
Yeah,
I don't get it. That's heated. Why are you getting so?
yeah, it's definitely a thing that you have to hope is a fluke, but at the same time, the big thing is that Khris Middleton had a great game at the same time. So it's not like it was an issue of Ingram was just out there and taking bad fouls necessarily, where it was maybe it was a lot of what Middleton was doing, where Middleton was shooting so good from the floor. Whenever he was cutting down, Ingram obviously had to play more aggressively, and that alone led to more fouls.
It
At the
just
same,
shows his lack. Well, not his. He should have could have been in better positioning, but it does show really good on Middleton that without Giannis, he's able to attack. And unless you're above average defender, Middleton will get 30 points on you as well. Brandon Ingram at this point, he's an average defender, and he let a player who had a great game get the better of him.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, on that Middleton note too, just to shout out someone in the comments, they let us know that Middleton without Giannis in 9 games last year had a stat line that was way better than Brandon Ingram's. So this might be a situation where a lot of people are sleeping on Khris Middleton, and in games that where maybe he's going to have a breakout year. We talked about Brandon Ingram improving so much. Maybe it's going to be Middleton's here to be a 25 point per game guy. That'd be awesome to see.
With that being said, Milwaukee could have done a little bit better. Clearly, they're a team that without Giannis, they're not as well built. But let's be honest, he's the best player in this league. Any team without the best player in this league missing would take a pain. Bobby Portis cannot handle Zion. Zion, you are a beast. New Orleans, you are in great shape. Steven Adams had a great, solid game for you guys today. JJ Redick had still put up a great stat line. Like New Orleans are in fantastic shape this year. Playoff team for sure. And can't say anything but great things about that team's outlook overall this year.
Definitely. If you guys can, give us a like, subscribe, comment, anything you can. We'll be back with more content soon.